How can you take control of your life? How can you finally let go of those limiting beliefs that have been holding you back for the past few decades, stopping you from growing and leveling up? How can you step out of your comfort zone and unleash your full potential for your business and your personal life? Hi, and welcome to the Self-Worth Accelerator Podcast. My name is Sonia Maria Horn, and I'm a mindset and success coach with focus on your self-worth. And every single week, I will be talking with you about how you can raise the awareness of your full potential and unleash those powerful tools for maximum wealth and inner peace. Find out everything about how to stop procrastination so you can finally empower yourself from within. You can do this, and I'm here to show you exactly how. So let's get started right now. Hi, and welcome to the very first episode of my Self-Worth Accelerator podcast. I'm so happy to have you here. And as you know, there are no coincidences, so who knows, this could be a huge stepping stone on your personal growth journey. Today, as it's the first show, I would like to introduce myself and share my story with you, as there are some of you who already follow me on social media and know who I am and know my story. However, there are many of you probably who don't. Also, my story is basically proof that wherever you are in life, and no matter how low you're feeling, how stuck you're feeling, there's always a way out, right? So this is an inspirational episode. It's an encouraging episode, and you don't want to miss this. Also, I would like to point out, if you listen to the end of this episode, I will give you access to a powerful free audio that I have created for you that focuses on self-worth and success. Now, also during this episode, I will share 3 main elements that it takes to actually take the first step into the direction of experiencing a growth mindset and achieving your goals. 3 main elements that you need in order to level up and to make a change in your life. So, but this following later. So first of all, who am I? Now, my name is Sonia, and I'm a mindset coach and self-worth accelerator, an RTT therapist focusing on getting results within a short period of time. So you must know I'm not a very patient person. I don't like cues to start with. And if I set my mind on something, I want it yesterday. Slightly exaggerated, but if I want something, I want results, and I don't want to beat around the bush. I just want to have the straightest and shortest path to getting what I want. And that's not only my expectation for myself, but also for my clients and for the people I work with and for the people I coach. Right? So my own experience in my life brought me to where I am right now. As usual, I mean, your story brought you to where you are now, right? It's all experiences and decisions in our life that we take that direct us in a certain direction. But let me start at the beginning. I was born in Cork, Ireland, educated in Germany, as you might be able to trace in my accent. I'm not sure about that anymore. And after my A-levels, I made sure that I would travel the world. That's always been my ambition and still is. So I studied in France. I studied languages in France, in Nice and Cannes, and lived in Italy, London, Ireland, and Thailand, just to mention a few. So I'm curious. I'm a very curious person and very positive and optimistic. However, obviously, there have been downfalls in my life, and those are the moments, perhaps you can agree on that already, that bring us the furthest, that make us grow and make the biggest shift in our life. So when we're rock bottom and when we experience something negative, these are the moments that bring us the furthest, always, right? So I was brought up in a very happy family. My father German, my mother Irish. There was always laughter, always singing going on. Yeah, I was quite optimistic about my life. However, we do make decisions at times that perhaps weren't the right ones, even though I don't agree on regrets. I don't like regrets at all because, it's a waste of energy and time. What's done is done. And I believe from learning more than anything from certain decisions we took in the past. Now, one experience I had was kind of devastating for me, and I would like to just describe that in short. I mean, I'm going to try to keep it short for you, but I lived in Thailand with my previous husband and 2 little girls. I had 2 little girls. They were 1 and 5. One was born there, and everything seemed perfect to the outside. When people came to visit us, everybody said, "You're living in paradise." However, inside, I was suffering. I was very, very unhappy. I cried myself to sleep every night, and I didn't know what to do, especially with a family and children involved, right? However, like I said, I'm going to cut a very long story short, but I left. I got a divorce. It was not nice, and I was left as a single mom of 2 little toddlers. Huge responsibility, not having any perspective, no financial background. I left everything behind. I just took a few cases and left and moved back to Europe. But if you look at me now, I'm a successful mindset coach. I'm happy. I'm thriving. My daughters are amazing, and it took a while. It took me this studying and analyzing and awareness of myself and the decision to make a change. So the 3 things that I want to point out or emphasize to you today, right? Those important elements that I'm talking about if you want to the next level in your life are awareness, intentionality, and reaching out for help. So basically, you need to have a specific awareness of your current situation. I know I did at the time. It took a while, but it got to the point where I knew there was no way other than making a change. So not living by default, right? Not waking up every morning, taking day by day without having that awareness of what's going on. You need to listen to your body. You need to listen to what your mind is telling you, what your emotions are telling you, and what your physical body is telling you. Because at the time I got a rash. I got a really bad skin rash, and I knew everything was fine on the physical level, but I knew it was psychological. So our body, as you know, is, deeply connected to our mind. And the physical reaction represents, or any disease represent what's going on unconsciously, right? So you need to have a certain awareness on what's going on in your life. Next, you need, secondly, intentionality. So you need to be specific on a daily basis, preferably, or on a, you can have a monthly plan, you can have a daily plan, you can have an annual plan or a 5-year plan. It doesn't matter. It's about having an intention, having a goal, setting goals for yourself, setting milestones for yourself. And you need to be specific on where you're heading. Otherwise, you're going to, live a life by default. And yes, I have friends who, have been in the same job after leaving school for 30, 40 years. Well, that long? No, 30 years, I guess. And they're happy. Yeah, they haven't moved from the village. They haven't moved anywhere. They just have this wife. They have their children, and they're happy. And fair dues to them. I love that. It's about being happy. And it's about living the life that you want. That would have never been an option for me, though. And it's all about what you want. Once you realize that you're living a life that you don't want, that you're in a job perhaps that's making you sick, physically and mentally, whether you have a boss who's not good for you, or whether you're building your own business and you feel, there's no way up anymore. There's a glass ceiling above your head that's just, you can't crash it. And you're stuck in this comfort zone and you don't know why. But we get to that later on, obviously. And the third point that you need to consider on your personal growth journey is, once you have the awareness and once you know what you want and have your goals and setting your intentions, you need to reach out for help. We need to surround ourselves with people who we can thrive on, who we can be inspired by, who can help us, who have perhaps been where we are and who found a way out and who know exactly how it works. Otherwise, it'll take too long and it might take forever. You might never actually, or we might never actually find the way out, right? So the fastest and most effective way of leveling up and stepping out of your comfort zone and reaching a goal that's ahead of you is to reach out for help from somebody professional. That's what I did many, many times actually in the past. So these are the 3 points that I consider the most important to be taken. If you are in a place where you don't want to be, to put it really general right now, So let's dive right in. Again, so once, no matter where you are at the moment, like I said, you could be on your journey, just realizing that you feel that there must be more out there for you, but, you just don't quite grasp what it is. Or you've already learned so much and feel like you know it all, still something is just not quite shifting. There's something in the way. Even though you're doing the work, you're practicing and doing things that you've learned from other mentors and people around you, but there's still something blocking you. Or you have experienced lots of shifts already and know and have already experienced the proof that it works. And you've experienced some sort of growth in the past already, but still at times you need a little reminder and a push and a nudge in the right direction to step up again. Because life is about growing, life is about development, and preferably, obviously, in a direction that's better and better and better. And growing and growing and growing into a direction of financial freedom, happiness, and into a partnership that's satisfying and fulfilling, right? So, my decision, basically, to constantly search for solutions and answers in the past, that changed my mind. And I remember exactly the moment in Thailand, actually. I read a book by Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. And if you saw that book today, it's falling apart. I think I had to glue it even in some parts, because I absorbed that book, and that was a game changer for me. I had always been interested in psychology and personal development and the power of thought, but that book by Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth, somehow triggered me to dive even deeper and learn and study more about the power of thought and the power of awareness and the power of the now. Also led me on a more spiritual journey where energy is concerned. But we're going to cover all that in future episodes. I don't want to elaborate too much. I just want to give you an idea of where I'm coming from, what I do, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, so basically on this journey, with this, having read that book by Eckhart Tolle, I basically realized that I was at a point where I did not want to be, sadly, and I realized also that in this relationship, my self-worth that I used to have had been diminished, and I had lost myself. I wasn't me anymore, and that's where the frustration came from. That's where the depression came from, or the sadness. Yeah. So this awareness, however, made me, like I said, dive deeper into this topic, and I had to make a change. So, yeah, to cut a long story short, I really don't want to elaborate too far, but I got a divorce, moved back to Europe, and found myself, as a single mom, not knowing really where I was heading. Now, I did have my family to support me, and that was a gift. Some people don't even have that, so I appreciate that very much. But from that moment on, I realized I have to live with intention, I have to set new goals, and I have to take control of myself. I don't want to be that person who loses herself in a relationship or in life, yeah? If that makes any sense to you, I hope it does. So I reached out for help. And I decided to do a therapy. And I found this, and it was a very beautiful exchange we had over years. And as you might have understood from the beginning, I'm not a patient person. So this therapy was getting to a point where I thought, this can't be it. We're stirring in the wounds, we're stirring in the negative, and I'm not getting to where I want to go. I wanted to understand who I am, why I made the decisions I made, and why I was, not living my best self. Yeah. So I left and decided to look into hypnotherapy, and that's how I came across RTT, Rapid Transformational Therapy. I graduated in London with Marisa Peer, and that's when my business took off, because that for me was a solution-orientated approach. It was on the unconscious level. It eliminated limiting beliefs. It goes deeper. So the root cause that causes us to make the decisions that we make are sometimes underlying and unconscious, based on the childhood, that we don't even know why we are acting the way we're acting or thinking the way we're thinking. So that was for me the ultimate solution. And that's when I took off. I dived more and more into energy work and looked into EFT and experienced the most amazing shifts, not only on me, but also on people I worked with. And that was so satisfying, and I just couldn't stop. And that's basically, to this day, I'm experiencing these beautiful transformations in people because, first of all, they had the awareness that they were at a place where they didn't want to be, and they want to live their life by intention and with self-empowerment. Plus, they reached out for help. Okay? So these are the elements it takes for you to actually make a huge change or a small change in your life. But a change. It has to be something different to what it was up to now. Because obviously, if we're thinking the same thoughts every day, feeling the same feelings every day, making the same choices every day, nothing's going to change. And if we expect a shift or change and still do that, we're living in a dream world. Was it Einstein who said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? It doesn't work that way. So it's about our thoughts that we think, taking control of our thoughts, eliminating the automated negative thoughts that lead to the emotions that we feel, that again lead to the actions. That's our life. That's the result of the life you're leading, right? So do you want to take your control of your life or live by default? That's the question here. It's a choice, and the only choice is for you to choose, yes, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm really happy where I am, and I'm congratulating you if that's the case, because that's obviously what we all thrive for. Or you say, no, I'm looking for more. I need more. I want more satisfaction, more happiness, more money, a better job, whatever it is, yeah? But there are goals out there that we can pursue and that we can achieve. So whether it's through hypnosis, RTT, EFT, emotional freedom technique, or energy work, it doesn't matter how you actually get to where you want to go. Everybody resonates with the different technique. My ambition is really to give you or give my clients the tools to also practice at home. I help, with the first steps, the shift and achieving actually the goals that they set for themselves. But then I have the ambition for the people to have tools at home that they can use on a daily basis. I think that's a key element for personal growth and for longevity and sustainability. Because we all go through different phases in life again, and to be able to pick yourself up when that happens again, that's so powerful, right? Now, another approach that I want to point out is, or a different approach that I have, is that I like to look at the big picture. I believe strongly, after my experience as well, that transformation and a real quantum leap or shift, whatever you may call it, happens on different levels. And I like to approach the unconscious level, as I said, with the tools that I just mentioned, as well as the conscious level and the physical level, as well as the energetic level. Now, I hope this doesn't sound confusing, and I hope it just makes perfect sense to you as much as it does for me, and has proved to me that that's when the biggest shift happen for people. Because I don't believe in, perhaps going to a session of hypnotherapy, going home, laying on the couch, eating chips and Coke, and not exercising. I don't believe in that. Or smoking and drinking alcohol and whatever. I believe that the biggest shift and the biggest transformation that you can achieve is by approaching and addressing all levels of your being. All right? All in your own means. It has to feel good, obviously. I mean, every change takes energy and is difficult because we are moving around in our comfort zone. And the thing is that every successful person out there at one point stepped out of their comfort zone and still is. Yeah, there was a time in the past, like when I started my business, I would never, ever go in front of the camera. It was a no-go. It was unthinkable for me. And I procrastinated on that so long until I had my coach and he just said, just effing do it. And that's what I did. And there was no prescription. There was no manual how to do it. Yes, there were little helps here and there. And now when I go live or when I go in front of the camera, I'm wearing high heels. I wear perfume. I'm pimping myself up beforehand and I feel good. So there are tricks and tools that you can use on a daily basis to make it easier to step out of your comfort zone. And yeah, that's the only way you will level up. And that's the only way you will step out of your comfort zone and achieve something that you have never achieved before in your life, right? Now, I feel as if I'm rambling on, and I hope all of this above what I said makes sense to you. So let me just recap. In order to change things in your life, you need to have the awareness, first of all, number one, that something is off, that something's not right and not quite the way you want it to be. And you need to listen to your body and be aware of the signs, whether they're energetic. Sometimes you're just exhausted, burnt out. It's an obvious sign. you're tired, or whether they're physical, you get a rash like I did, or you get a literal disease, ulcers, all sorts of things are there that give you a sign that things are off, that you can't lead your life the way you did before. Secondly, set an intention or set a goal on where you are heading. Create your goals that you will get to pursue with focus. Yeah. And number 3, reach out for help. Address those people, reach out for help, and contact those people who actually have been there or who know how it works, who've got exactly the remedy that you need in order to get to where you want to go, right? So the conclusion of everything, I believe, is that no matter where you stand in your life, literally no matter where, it's never too late to change. Only recently I met a lady, she was 71, and she was studying. All her life, she had been wanting to study. And she was, in war, then her husband and children, etc. And the children were big, husband was dead. She decided to go and study. And that's why I'm saying it's never too late. And we only have this one life, so why not make it the best ever and really listen to our inner self and provide that what we want. Listen to our needs and live by the needs and nurture them. Yeah. So that's it really from me today, and I hope you enjoyed this first episode. I hope I wasn't rambling on too much, and there's so much I want to share. It's just in the next episodes we're going to go deeper into the how, and I will explain the different levels of consciousness, unconsciousness, power of thought, the mindset, how important it is on your path to growth and success, and how it's all connected. Now, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Reach out if you have any questions or you want to share your story or share with me where you're at the moment. And I would love to hear from you. Take care. Until then, bye-bye. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to today's podcast. I really appreciate your presence. Now, if you want to experience the full power of your subconscious mind, to manifest more abundance and self-worth, leading to more success and overall contentment from within, well, I've got a gift for you. The Self-Worth and Success Hypnosis audio on my website is available for you as a free download. It helps you to unconsciously let go of negative self-talk and money or receiving blocks. You get to rewire and reprogram your mind for success and abundance. This recording has already helped so many people to let go of limiting beliefs and negative blueprints that they didn't even know they had. You can find their testimonies on my website. I promise it's so powerful. Also, I would love to invite you to join my value-packed Visionary Masterclass program. It teaches you all about the power of your thoughts and how to get out of your comfort zone and reach a higher self. You learn step by step how you can reach your goals by setting a focused intention and experience more self-love and a healthy body image with ease and energetic alignment within only 21 days. You can find all my offers and content on my website www.soniamariahorn.com/en. And of course, you can find all the links in the show notes. So I look forward to seeing you next time on the Self-Worth Accelerator Podcast. Until then, take care and reach out to me anytime. I'm here for you.